Hey everybody, how y'all doing this evening? How y'all feeling this evening? Thank y'all for rocking with the Players Club as y'all come in the building. Hit the like button. Y'all know the drill. And if you haven't subscribed to the Players Club, please subscribe to the Players Club. I am your host, Keisha, with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I'm rocking with my girl Tony with Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. I hope everybody's
What?
having a great day. But we're gonna talk about some women's basketball. Tony, how you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. Let's do it. Let's
you
do it.
you you happy? You ready to go? I
Girl, I'm
see
ready.
I see y'all rolling up in the chat. Y'all come on in the chat. We're gonna talk about rankings. We're gonna talk about the AP poll that came out on Monday. We're gonna talk about the net rankings that came up. We're gonna try to explain it to y'all, the difference between the two rankings. We also are gonna talk about a little bit about the controversy that goes back and forth with LSU was at the number one of the net rankings this week. They're at number two of the net rankings. We also going to talk about some unsung heroes that we don't hear talked about all the time. I mean, they talked about, but not talked about. You know what I'm saying, chat? So we're going to talk about Mikaylah Blakes, and we're going to talk about Audie Crooks to finish it off. But the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the AP poll that came out that ranked the teams. We'll probably just go through the first top 10. We'll do this every week until we get to March Madness so we can make sure we document this journey all the way to March Madness. What you think about that, Tony? I
Shoot, I say let's shoot for it. I love it.
Love it, love it, love it. Hold on, let me get it up here for y'all while I'm sitting up here thinking about it. Hold on. Of course, it's always running away from me. I have it ready to go. Too much on my tabs.
You know.
You know, you know how that go. Well,
Oh yeah.
chat. Let me make sure I got it up so I can, because I'll be on the other screen. Well, chat, there is no surprise. The number one team in the nation this week is UConn. They have not lost a game, so I'm not shocked by this at all. Um, it says in a weekend when the number one team lost in college football and men's college basketball, the UConn Huskies easily avoided the upset bug routing DePaul. Yeah, like okay, they beat the heck out of DePaul 102 to 35. Well, you see that, chat? Everybody playing cupcakes on Sunday at Super. Uh, but
For real.
102 to 35 was the score, chat. Okay.
Ooh-wee.
They beat up on DePaul something
Something fierce.
terrible
God
and
dog.
fierce. But Sue Bird's jersey was raised into the rafters as the third women's player at UConn to have her number retired. I feel like this, Tony, we don't have to stay too far on UConn. The
Right.
champs are gonna probably stay number one in the rankings until somebody beat the champs. Until you can beat
Yep.
the man gonna stay on
The
top. Is
man
what
gonna
I
stay on top.
is
You
what
know it.
I is what I think. The same thing is going on with, in my opinion, with Texas. Texas is probably gonna stay at number two because when they went to that players era tournament, they knocked off UCLA, they knocked
Right.
off South Carolina. Unless Texas loses, I'm pretty sure they're gonna hold that number two spot. What you think?
Yes. They most definitely will hold that spot. They're gonna hold it strong too.
Yeah, they're gonna hold it. I mean, they also beat a cupcake, which apparently only one team eats cupcakes, but it seemed like it's a whole bunch of teams eat cupcakes because the Texas Longhorns beat the heck out of Prairie View A&M. my HBCU said, look, I'm going up against them, but it didn't matter. 101-42 was the score.
Absolutely.
But the highlight of that game was Brea Cunningham, which is one of their big, scored 30 points. Well, you know what that mean to me is she was up in there just beating the hell out of them little children.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Look, it's not only one team plays cupcakes, it's that only one team in the top 6 plays exclusively cupcakes and non-conference. Well, Tulip, we've been doing that since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of time.
We haven't changed. We haven't
You
changed.
know.
Our coach seems to believe in her philosophy, and I believe in it too because we've been successful with it. We're gonna go with the Hall of Famers, path. It is what it is. But hold on, we're gonna keep going before we get to it. Then the number 3 is the Gamecocks. The Gamecocks. Now we're gonna talk about this a little bit. Tony, the Gamecocks come in at number 3. The only loss they have is to Texas, which we all know. And we called a certain game against Louisville that went down to the wire. Do you think the Gamecocks, if they went out, do you think they will stay the number 3? Or do we see a chink? Or do we see a chink in the Gamecocks' armor?
There is a chink in the Gamecocks' armor.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will tell you this. I believe in Dawn Staley. I will say this. She used to always get something going. Even in that game against Louisville, she knew the right buttons to push down the stretch, even though it was getting tight.
Right.
Maybe about the 5 or 6 minute mark of that game.
Mm-hmm.
She said, look, hey, y'all come over here. I need to talk to y'all for a minute.
Come on in the building.
It was looking a little scary, even to her liking. So I trust her to always kind of right the ship when it's time to right the ship. And the one thing the Gamecocks do have is they have the the luxury of having a great coach. So when they do get in binds, they can see their way out of it, if that makes sense. So in Don we trust is basically what we saying. In Don we trust. That doesn't mean that one of her players might not let her down at any given moment.
That's right. That's right.
In Don we trust. I will say that. Let's get okay. So that's the 3rd team, and then the 4th team is the Bruins. Now the Bruins are 9-1 as well. The only loss they have is to Texas. Texas was around there taking off their belt and putting belt to ass on teams in that tournament. So same thing with UCLA. There's a chink in their armor too.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with UCLA versus Gamecocks is they don't have Don, Tony.
Nope.
They got Corey close.
That's right. That's exactly what they got.
So
guess when it's gonna start speaking volumes. It's gonna start speaking volumes. Soon as conference play hit, that's when it's going to speak volume.
I do agree with that because they are going to go. I don't know if UCLA goes through conference play
clean.
Not gonna clean. I could be wrong. Let me go look up who they got. I don't know if they make it out clean, Tony.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's once that conference play start. Everything start to look different.
Yeah, I don't know. Because they're gonna have They're going to end up going against, they ranked opponents coming up the pike. They're going to have to go through Ohio State, USC, Nebraska. Then they're going to have to go Maryland, Iowa, then Michigan, Michigan State, Washington, then USC again.
USC again.
So we're going to see how it work out, chat. But it's looking just a little bit scared for the Bruins.
It's a little scary.
Because the Bruins, they got Corey close. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of hers. And I'm not a big fan of just dumping it down to a big and that's all you need to do. And you wait till you get in trouble to where you can't do that no more. And then you try to come up with something after. I'm a big planner. I think you should have different ways to score and try to use Kiki Rice, get them going, because it's essential to get those guards going, because we've seen game and game after the other that when you don't get them going, it can sometimes be to a detriment of you. And Absolutely. Kiki Rice can get going, but I think she suffers in the Corey Close offense because I think she needs to get in a rhythm, Tony. And sometimes she's not able to get into a rhythm messing around with Corey Close. So
I second that.
So the jury is still out. Kiki Rice is an enigma to me as a player. I'm not a big fan, but I can acknowledge that if I was messing around with Corey Close, it might throw off my juju.
Yeah, no, mojo.
Because she just running around there trying to dump down until she realized that Betts is double covered or, getting killed in the paint. And then she tries to go back to the guard. So I ain't gonna lie. They called me a Bruins hater. That's what Bro Clark called me. But I'm not too fond of Corey and what she be over there trying to do. So it is what it is with UCLA. Right. And then number 5 is LSU. It says LSU's 93-77 win over Duke on Thursday was his first game of the season, scoring fewer than 100 points. The Tigers set an NCAA record with 8 consecutive games, 100-point plus to open the season. The next person they're going to play is Louisiana Tech because, once again, like we tell Tula, our school helps the smaller schools in our state, and you just going to have to keep watching us play cupcakes because we're going to help our peeps, Tula. I don't know what else to tell you. We're going to help our peeps.
But I see on the map.
Yeah, we're going to keep our state going until SEC play because mostly all the good teams in SEC. But once the calendar changes to January, Tony, it will be SEC every game, all game, every day, every game.
Every game.
And we're going to have to go through a gauntlet. So
can't nobody hide at that point, right? So you can do all rankings right now you want, but you can't hide once the conference play starts. So
no, once conference play start, all of those teams can have the potential to beat you on a given day.
Absolutely.
If they come with the right game plan, and if you are in some type of shooting slump or you are having some kind of chemistry issue, you will get exploited in the SEC.
Yep.
All I say, Tigers, enjoy it while it lasts, because it's about to come to an end in a couple of weeks.
It's about to get real.
It's about to get real. So it is, but I will say about my Tigers, it's still a feat to score 100 points on anybody. If it was easy to be done, it would have been done already, right?
And everybody would do it.
And everybody would do it.
So
unfortunately, this hadn't been.
Do you think that where they are right now, that ranking is correct for them?
Well, let's keep going down the list, because I would tell you
this. Right.
I would tell you this. I if you looked at the LSU Tigers in a vacuum,
right,
and you just said, because there's so many college programs across the United States, so what if these players did? What if these teams didn't meet till March? You know what I'm saying? Because technically, you ain't got to play nobody but the people in your conference if that's what you want to do.
right.
But the way they're scoring the ball, the offensive and defensive efficiency of this team, yes, they should be ranked at number 5, in my opinion.
Yep.
Because they passed it's not just the numbers, they passed the eye test.
Yes.
See, some people you look at them scoring a whole bunch of points and you like, I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of cupcakes. You know what I mean? They just beating up on inferior talent. But when you look at these particular players on this team, you go, I think they can score. I think they can score. Because even against Duke, when they got off to that 1-14 start, remember, they already had it on ESPN. Oh, the Tigers are down 1-14. It's all a facade. It look, Tony.
Everybody lost their mind.
It's all an illusion. They going down. The thing is burning. And then they said, oh, okay, they still can really score. Even with Kara Lawson, who's known for her defense. Defensive playing, I would say. She still was over there. I ain't never seen Kara Lawson so animated than I ever seen in my life. It was that game right there. I don't know what she thought she was doing, but
she was trying to get into it because she knew it was happening.
She was pumped up to do it though. So I would tell you this. I think
mute. There you go.
Oh yeah, sorry, I hit the wrong thing. I will tell you this. They ain't playing, man. So
no, they're not.
No, if you think that offensive scoring is a fluke, that's the part I've never really seen Kim be able to substitute 4 or 5 at a time. I don't care who she playing. And I have watched her. I've watched her play cupcakes for years, and I've never seen her be able to sub out 4 at a time. Tony, have you?
Nope. I have not. She didn't even do that with Griner and those guys. Odyssey Sam. She didn't even do that with them.
I've never seen that. So,
but teams in Texas are a little bit different too, Keisha. They're a little bit more competitive.
Right. True.
So I can't say that.
So I don't know. I just know that right now they humming. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Should they be in front of UCLA?
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
UCLA. We'll ask the chat. Chat, do you think LSU should, because they're going to say I'm glazing, so I'm going to stop glazing. And I'm going to ask you, do you think LSU should be in front of UCLA? Let me know in the chat. That's a great question that Tony to say. Do you think they should be in front of UCLA? Yeah, right. Because LSU, Tika Miller is correct. LSU could have scored 100 points on Duke.
Moki didn't want to.
No, she called the dogs off.
Yeah, flau'jae wanted it, but Moki said no.
Yeah, Moki said no. We're doing too much now. Let's go sit down.
Yeah, when she not in
because she already knew it was gonna be a story.
Yeah, she's not in the business of embarrassing. flau'jae did what she needed to do. She made a statement, and that's all that needed to take place. I don't need to go embarrass the team by putting 100 points up there. Although you were right there, you still don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'll put it in the y'all let me know. Do y'all think because LSU is playing quote unquote cupcakes, which this is the first time. Well, this is one of the times when they did schedule a ranked opponent, and it's not our fault that Duke went to hell in a handbasket. When we scheduled Duke in the ACC SEC Challenge, we thought they were going to be good.
Yes, we did.
So y'all let me know whether y'all think LSU should not be. I know Duke are not ranked now, but they were supposed to be.
They were 7.
They were 7 coming into this season. In the preseason ranking, they were 7. So I don't know if I know Duke went to hell in the handbasket, but we didn't know that when we didn't know that when we were scheduling the games.
Yeah, we didn't know they were saying down goes Frazier, down goes Frazier. We had no idea.
If y'all all remember, Carol Lawson and Duke was riding off a Cinderella high. They had went to the Sweet 16. Yep. Carol was doing USA basketball. She been named the new coach of USA basketball. She come into the season and they getting spanked left and right. So y'all let me know in the chat whether y'all think LSU should still be in the top 5. And we'll move on to number 6. Number 6 is a team I really, really like. Really like Tony, which is the Michigan Wolverines. They say Michigan right now is 8-1. They shot 50. I think they only had that one loss to who did they lose to? Michigan lost to shit.
I look it up.
Hold on. Don't make me, because it's gonna mess with my head.
I know.
Until I know who it was. It was somebody good too. Was it Notre Dame? I think it might have been Notre Dame. Maybe. Let me see now. No, UConn. That's who it was. They lost to UConn. So that's
which is rightfully so.
Which is which is no slight on them. You know, if you lose to UConn, tip your head. I remember that game being very, very competitive down to the wire. Like Chicago Cedar said, by 3. So I like UConn. They say Michigan shot 58. I mean, like,
and they only lost by 3, y'all.
Yeah, I like Michigan. They shot 58.9% from the field in its win over Purdue last week. To start the Big Ten season of 1-0. They will be the next opponent they have is Akron. I like Swartz. You have any problem with them being number 6?
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think that they're in the right spot. They're definitely in the right spot.
That's what one team I haven't watched a whole bunch.
Maryland
is the Maryland Terps. They are number 7. Maryland, which has won 25 non-conference home games in a row, needed double overtime against Minnesota on Sunday to start the Big Ten season 1-0. I will give Maryland a little bit of a pass because they just lost someone that was very let me make sure I have that girl name, because I don't want to mess up, because I have so many people names in my dog, but I remember seeing it on it was Kaylin Schmeichel. She tore she's gonna have season-ending knee surgery. So even though they was in double overtime, flat out fight against unranked Minnesota, they do pull it off and stay 11-0. Didn't lose a game yet, but they did lose Schmeichel. They lost Schmeichel.
Okay.
So, and then we'll get to your girl, number 8. TCU Horned Frogs is out here. Look, TCU Horned Frogs is out here picking up where they left off. They just picked
picking
up
pockets.
They just They just pick star players from programs and bring them on over and continue to win and go. And I guess that's what we do over
That's
here
what we're
with the
doing now.
Purple Heart. They say Olivia Miles tallied 15 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds for her 7th career triple-double in TCU's 95-40 victory over UTEP on Saturday. The Horned Frogs have won a school record 31 straight games at home. 31 straight games at home. And Olivia Miles gets the triple-double. So you know how that is.
Yes.
Number 9, the Sooners. Hey, let me tell y'all something. The Sooners might got something cooking over there.
They cooking. They are cooking. What they brewing in that pot?
They 9-1, you know, but Leah Chavez, which is the freshman, the phenom freshman, she dropped 33 points on NC State head.
Joe did.
Along, you know, they got Reagan Beers over there in the paint. So the freshman, it seemed like she turning it around from when you remember we watched them when they played against, I want to say it was USC.
Or was it NC State?
No, they just played NC State.
No, they just played NC State. That was against, it's probably UNC.
Yeah, it was somebody else they lost to. Hold on, let me see.
Here we go. I'm looking at it right here.
It was somebody else. Hold on. Let me go. You know, my brain be losing it sometimes.
It was before they played It was before they played South Carolina, right?
Yeah, because I remember us going, oh, Aaliyah Chavez might not be ready. I knew who it was. They played UCLA. That's who it was. The second game of the season. And they lost that game.
Here it is. Yeah.
And they lost that game. And Aaliyah Chavez was having a hard time. But
she looked like she struggled in that game. She couldn't do anything. Yep.
But since then, hey,
she's been on 20.
She said, "Look, y'all gave me this NIL money. I'm about to get this thing popping." And the Sooners end up being they're 9th in this ranking. They're 9-1. Their next game is still a cupcake against Little Rock on Thursday. They probably won't be playing nobody worth nothing until SEC play 2. And then we round out number 10 with our girl, Artie Crooks. And Iowa State Cyclones. Artie Crooks, y'all, is the nation's leading scorer. She scored 30 points in 19 minutes. It's her 3rd game of at least 30 points this season. I'm going to say that again. She scored 30 points in 19 minutes, Tony.
I want to see that last game. Can we put that on playback?
Yeah.
I want to see that
30 points in 19 minutes. I'm just going to go through the top 10, but this is what I want to ask you. I think the top 10 is right.
Yes.
So far. I don't think we got any controversy. No, I am waiting on this play between Iowa State and Iowa. I think that's going to be a good game between 10 and 11.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Because it's for the rights. For one, it's bragging rights. For two, it's for ranking for them too. So I mean,
yeah. I think we're gonna be all right. Now, chat. I'm gonna explain to y'all the difference between net rankings and the AP polling rankings. The AP polling rankings is really sports commentators and stuff like that, putting in votes to rank the teams. That's basically what it is. The net ranking, hold on, let me take this down for a minute and bring it up. It's based off of so really it's kind of like AP poll is kind of like when you like when all like the media members and other members that get a vote, they get a vote, and everybody votes on the teams, and whichever team get the most vote, they rank them after that. It's purely kind of like media driven, if that makes sense. But the net ranking, which determines the seeding, as everybody, I know who's talking.
I know.
I know who's talking. The net rankings, as we proceed, but tulips look crazy. Sal, who is up in there? Hold on, I'm trying to make this bigger. She's so crazy. She makes me sick. She make me sick. Let me see if I can make this big. Okay. Let me go because it gets to the part where let's see where it's at. Where is it? Shit. Posted December 1st. The net ranking is derived from a more complex algorithm rather than a simple formula with relatively straightforward components. Adjusted net efficiency and team value index are calculated using machine learning models implemented over many lines of code. The net algorithm used in each is different. The machine learning model developed for each sport utilizes basically, as it historically done, each summer before the conducts the annual assessment of the women's basketball. That's not what I wanted to read though. Shows how many wins have to. No, that's not it. Hold on. I bet you it's that part that's covered up and I can't see it.
Yeah, probably is.
I bet you in the purpose of it is. Hold on, let me read. Okay. What is adjusted net efficiency? Is a measure of teams' overall performance during the regular season, determined by the difference between offensive efficiency, which is points per possession, and defensive efficiency, which is opponents' points per possession. It also accounts for strength of opponents as measured by their adjusted net efficiency. So you get adjusted to the net rankings based on who you are playing and their efficiency.
Yeah.
So it's your efficiency as a team plus who you are playing efficiencies as a team. So if you're playing a bad team offensively and defensively, it is going to adjust for that. It also heavily takes into account location, home, away, or neutral of the games against Division I opponent. The team value index is the results-oriented component of the net, ranking more highly those teams that played and beat other good teams, factoring in opponent, location of the game, and the winner.
Yep.
In both adjusted net efficiency and team value index, the same performance against the same opponent will be valued more on the road than at a neutral site. That's the example. And more at a neutral site than at home. The amount of this location adjustment is based on the data itself, as teams tend to generally perform worse on the road than neutral at home. So adjusting for that allows for fair comparison than just using Rori rules. So basically, the net ranking is, we're going to take into account who you playing and their numbers. We're going to take into account how you are playing against a team that is inferior to you.
Right.
So it does give you kudos if you come in and handle your business. I.e., give you an example. If you come into a team and play them, and they you are way more efficient than them, and they take you to a wire, take you down to the wire, that is going to reflect negatively on you, Tulip. Yep. Because you were supposed to knock that team out. To explain it on the other end, if you come in and dominate that team, it's going to look favorably on you.
Yeah.
Even though that team is a cupcake. So
Company
you have to
cakes.
handle your business in this formula. Because you have been ranked high doesn't mean you need to let a team that's not ranked and you only beat them by 4 points.
Yeah.
The algorithm is looking at it like maybe you're not as good as what you think you are. Secondly,
Right there.
if you let a bad team take you to the wire in your home spot, it looks negatively on you.
T. Camilla said, thanks for
I
the
don't
lesson.
know how else to explain it. But if you come in as a team and knock out, that's why the first ranking that came out, LSU probably was above UConn.
Mm-hmm.
Now the rankings have adjusted. I'll bring it up for y'all. The net rankings have adjusted. Because they just got put out. But guess who is still number 2? Oh no, that's not it. I need the women.
Yeah,
I need the women basketball. You have to handle your business. It takes into account your efficiency as a team and your opponent's efficiency as a team on offensive and defensive side of the ball. They also take into account whether a game happened, whether you were home or away.
Exactly.
That's what it's ranking. Trying to find the shit. Hold on. I just had to say. So
Mm-hmm.
So Tula. I'll be messing with Tula. You can't get mad at us because we know the answers to the test and we do it accordingly. Okay, so hold on right now. Right now, in this week's update, UConn is number 1, LSU is number 2, Michigan is 3, 4 is UCLA, 5 is Texas. Even though Texas is AP polling number 2, in the net ranking they 5. South Carolina is 6, Kentucky is 7, TCU is 8, Iowa is 9, Michigan State is 10. That's the net rankings. And it says right here, why UConn passed LSU in the latest NCAA net rankings? According to the NCAA's website, the net rankings takes into account game results, strength of schedule, game location, net offensive and defensive efficiency, and the quality of wins and losses. There's no question that the LSU Tigers have been extremely impressive to this point in the year as they scored at least 100 points in every game aside from one and have dominated all of their opponents. However, most of these games have come against inferior teams that LSU was expected to handle with ease. UConn has played a much tougher non-conference schedule thus far, having already beaten Louisville and Michigan, both who are ranked in the AP top 25 rankings. That's what it says. So I told you, Tula, back a week ago that the algorithm would adjust. And it did.
Light them up.
But the algorithm can't completely, Tony, knock the Tigers out because their offensive and defensive efficiency is so good against every team they play.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, you know, that's why South Carolina is a little lower, right? South Carolina is a great team, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to use them as an example. But going down to the wire with Louisville is probably not going to help their ranking. Not on the net ranking. We know they're the number, 3 team, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they number 3 team.
And number 3.
But when you start running numbers, that's where it gets different.
Yeah.
It's purely a calculation, guys. That's all the net is. It's a calculation. And then somebody with the eye test, like the media members and all that stuff, that's what the AP poll is for. Everybody that's watching the game, commentating on the game, me and you up here talking about the game, all of us have our own opinions on who's number 1, who's number 2, who's number 3. You see what I'm saying? That's when the human element comes in. So
yeah. And we tend to forget.
And even at the end of the year, because people were talking about the net rankers, that's going to decide. Even at the end of the year, it's still a component. A committee is going to decide ultimately using these things. They're going to decide who really is going to be number 1 seeds, number 2 seeds, number 3 seeds, even after they give out these net rankings. So it is what it is, chat. It is what it is. Y'all hit
my face.
Look, it is what it is. Y'all hit the dang on like button, but I want to show y'all a video, and then we're gonna talk about it after, Tony. How good are we on? Okay, we got.
We're good. Yeah, we're good on time.
All right, hold on, guys. I want to listen to this video, and then we're gonna talk about it on the other side.
Wednesday and Thursday night. Let's start with the best player performance. Who are you picking?
I'm going Mikaylah Blakes.
Okay. Pretty easy.
2 reasons. 1, the game performance.
Yeah.
It was obvious what she did within the course of the game, the scope of the game, the way she affects it on both ends, the way she's playing with the ball, without the ball. And then let's add 1,000 points in 42 games, second fastest in history. The other ones were back in the 70s, which who knows? But of all the great performances, there was a lot, but this one just kept coming back to me time and time again. Mikaylah Blakes, best player performance.
I mean, as a sophomore, what she's doing, picking up right where she left off from a season ago, pretty unbelievable. Have you seen enough from Vandy so far to think that they're a Sweet 16, Elite 8 team so far? What's your prediction for them right now?
Second weekend.
Okay.
But let's not cap
Easily,
it.
yeah.
Let's not cap it. Let's not cap it, because you start capping stuff, then all of a sudden you meet your goals.
Yeah.
So you don't know what happens. Let's just say to get the second weekend, see what happens.
That is
Let's stop right there just for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, Tony, do you think Mikaylah Blakes is not getting enough attention?
No, she's not. I sure do think that. I really truly believe that.
Yeah, it's like
she's under a rug, right? You gotta lift the rug just to see what's going on.
I'll just show y'all Mikaylah Blake's stats, but
I was just pulling it up.
this guy said this week for him, she was the best player in because she's only a sophomore, 5'8" guard. She is averaging 25 points a game, 4.3 rebounds a game, 3.9 assists. On 47% shooting, even though her team Vanderbilt is they are number 14 in the rankings, and purely because of her, that team also lost Pierre. Remember, she went to NC State, and I wonder if Pierre is wondering if she should have stayed where she was, because NC State looking a little funny right now. But anyway, Mikaylah Blakes is doing her damn thing, y'all. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I don't feel like she get enough love. I know we talk about Hannah, and we talk about Madison Booker. We talk about flau'jae. We talk about Mikaylah Williams. We talk about Malaysia Fawali. We talk about Tanaya Latson. We talk about all these ladies, Joyce Edwards. And I know we talk about Sarah Strong. To me, Sarah Strong is the best sophomore in the country. But second, to me, is probably Mikaylah Blake's. But I like to know
y'all's opinion
on that, chat. I think she's getting a little. She over there in the SEC doing this.
Yes.
I think Sarah Strong is the best sophomore in the country, no doubt about it. But Mikaylah Blake's is Mikaylah Blaking.
Yeah, she's doing big things. She's doing big things, and you just got to watch out for it, because soon as Ezzy and all these guys leave, we don't want y'all to say, "Well, oh man, Mikaylah Blake's." No, say it now. That girl rocking.
And because she did this as a freshman, so I know Pierre has left her, and I used to like that 1-2 punch, but Mikaylah Blake still got the Commodores right in the thick of things, So, so we'll see. But I just wanted to highlight old Mikaylah Blake. Let's finish listening to oh boy, where I put him at. Here you go.
Good basketball team, that's for sure. All right, your next takeaway: best team performance.
Yeah, a lot to choose from, but because of everything that's happened over the course, not just in the challenge, coming back from the players era,
right?
Playing a really tough Penn team who it will challenge you in a lot of different ways. To find a way to take a North Carolina team that presents numerous challenges to do what they did in the manner that they did it, in my opinion, best overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at how Kyla Oldacre, Rori Harmon, Madison Booker, your gal Jordan Lee are playing right now, fresh off of a win over South Carolina about a week ago as well.
I said there's enough evidence to make a case for them being the best team in the country yesterday.
Yeah.
That along with UConn. Okay, I'm still going to give UConn the slight edge because they're defending champs. But this is a team who's got, I could argue either side of that court case.
Yes.
I really could. And this is a team that throughout the challenge I thought had the best overall.
I would support you in that argument as well. A team that...
Question. If UConn was not the defending champs, and Texas had beat UCLA and South Carolina like they just did.
Right.
Let's just say we lived in a world in a vacuum and UConn was not the champs. Would Texas be the number one team right now?
In so many words, yes. Their performance was outstanding. I mean, they just happened to lose at a crucial time. Right? Which those are the most important times. But they put up such a strong case last year.
Yeah. Jacob Perot say, yeah, because if we didn't have legacy of the UConn Huskies, y'all, and they had just won a championship, and they come into this season, they're undefeated. But if we were really talking about it in a vacuum, and the Longhorns right now is undefeated themselves, and we have watched them beat UCLA and South Carolina, 2 top 5 teams, they would be number one if UConn wasn't in the mix. Yeah. If UConn wasn't the defending champs. So I think, to me, they are a much improved team, because last year it was really clunky with them. It's Madison Booker a bust. Rori Harmon's, to me, Rori Harmon's game is better this year to me. And then they bring in the new girl. I like Jordan Lee. Old Lake is just old like an old woman gonna do what she got to do. But I just think they probably would, and I know that's what they thinking over there too, Tony.
Right.
Hey man, if it wasn't for the legacy of UConn, we would be the number 1 team in the nation. But I'm just here to make you think. I think last year's matter for this year's ranking because people, to your question, last year's matter for this year's ranking because we tend to give reverence to the champs. And until they beaten, a lot of people be hesitant to move them off that number one spot. That's just the way they tend to do it. But technically, if you really want to keep it a buck, UConn don't have the better wins than Texas. You know what I'm saying, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Texas got the better wins. And they didn't just win, they won.
They won. They won.
It didn't come down to no last minute this and last minute that. No.
That was a whooping. That was a whooping.
So
that was a whooping.
So we shall see. We'll see how it goes down. Let me continue playing what he's saying.
Helped themselves the most.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I got this one right here. I got LSU.
I mean, yeah.
Because of this reason. I'm not on a lot of social media, but I'm on there some, and I've been seeing this talk about who they have and have not played. Okay, so this game was going to answer a lot of questions. I haven't seen it, but I bet when they got down 14-1, there's some people that are going to be mad that they tweeted some stuff.
I told you so. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, to me, this is a conversation. The women's basketball has conference captains that from now until selection show, they get on, they talk about what happened between their league and other games. This is one that the Southeastern Conference's conference captain can say, okay, forget what they did in their other games. They went into Cameron and hung 93, stopped the string of 100, but 93 in Cameron, I thought they helped themselves the most.
Yeah, all the chatter about, well, of course you scored 100 points on that opponent.
Right.
7 away from scoring 100 on Duke in their home arena. Pretty impressive. I'm with you on LSU. All right, most entertaining game, and this almost changed down the stretch of the evening.
Those late games.
My gosh.
You know, we want to get some stuff done and all that, so it went back and forth, but obviously this is the one that I would love to see replayed on a neutral floor, maybe later in the year.
So stressful for me.
Yes, just the way it all unfolded. I thought the crowd at Louisville willed them into that situation. I thought the game plan from Louisville was great, but again, Coach Staley's timeout, I'm going to keep coming back to that at that 4:11 mark. Go back and watch that game from that point on. This is a game I'd love to see played again.
Wow.
Yeah, I like what he said. He basically was just saying they, as far as he liked the LSU win because they actually went into Cameroon, looked at old crazy Lawson, and with all that hype that was going on with what flau'jae was gonna do, had that horrible start and all that stuff, and still hung 93 points on the Duke Blue Devils. And then they said the most entertaining game was the Louisville and South Carolina, because that we call that game.
Yes,
that game was fire from start to go. And like he said, like I said earlier, done about that fourth or fifth mark. I think he said a minute 4:11 said timeout.
Time.
And when you got a coach like Don on the sidelines, even when you supposed to be beating up on a ranked, I think Louisville is ranked 21, somewhere around up in there. I want to say that's what it is. You still can make some adjustments to get your team back right, because they number 22. Sorry about that. They number 22. The Cardinals are number 22. They are ranked, but you could tell that you could have all the talent in the world, but you still need a coach, Tony. You still need a coach coming down. You still need a coach down a stretch of game. And I think the experience of South Carolina, Raven Johnson down that stretch was big for them. And sometimes when you have that leader, that experienced person that had been in that situation before, it pulled them out of a hot fire. Because I think it would have been a hot skillet had South Carolina lost again, Tony.
Oh.
You know?
Oh yeah. Look, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what it would have been.
That'd have been.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're
And
not
to
this.
that team, that would have been T.
Yeah. Carter's been running around like caw.
That's what I'm saying. That would have been T.
Yeah. I think.
Would have been T.
So sometimes I've seen a lot of coaches get to that moment, Tony, and I guess that speaks to the Cardinals. They haven't taken that next step,
Right.
because when you at your own home and you got one of the most premier teams on the ropes, you gotta knock them out, Tony.
You can't let them off.
Yeah,
you gotta
you gotta knock them out, Tony. Meanwhile, Don said, "Time out. Come in, you ninjas. What we doing?
What you thinking? What you thinking?
Right? What we doing? What we doing, y'all? What's going on?
Stop acting like you ain't been here before.
Right? Stop acting like, hey, Raven, get them right. You know what I'm saying? Get them right."
Yeah.
So I say it's only so. That's the one thing I say about even with the rankings that we've been talking about. That's why I say number 4 UCLA. I always get in the side eye because they got Corey Close over there.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be scary sometimes. Even with the Tigers, even though Kim make us mad every 5 minutes and every 10 minutes to Sunday. Even when we started out 1-14, Kim said, "What the hell?" She went in halftime, and I told y'all that live stream. She cussed them out and their mouths. And they came out a different team at the half. That's what worries me about UCLA.
Don't have your mama call her either.
That's what worries me about UCLA, because they'll go in at the half and come back out and still try to say stuff that ain't working in the third quarter. I don't know what Corey Close be doing. So you got, and you know UConn got Gino. You know he know how to do his thing. So I just think in order to win championships or go to the Final Four, Elite Eight, you got to have great players. Don't get me wrong, but you also got to have coaches, great coaches that know how to coach through situational basketball. So that's just me. But it seems like none of us had no problem with the rankings, Tony. No, I think it's okay.
I think it's all right. The rankings were good. The only one that I thought should have been flipped was UCLA and LSU. But other than that, still the numbers were good. But again, when you're going back to the statistics, right, of who you're playing versus where they rank versus where you rank, and those numbers pan out. So at the end of the day, then the ranking is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think we really gonna know until each one of these teams actually get into conference play, and then we really, not a tournament that South Carolina and UCLA went to and Texas went to. It kind of helped us understand where those teams are at in their development, but I still don't know, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because who you are at the beginning of the season is not a lot of times who you are at the end.
Nope.
You know,
because you improve.
Right.
You have much to improve, right? You cannot base what conference play is going to look like for your team based on what they're doing prior.
What you did in the first fifth or sixth game of the season. I still got question marks. Yeah. I know people say, I see a chink in South Carolina's armor. I see a chink in UCLA's armor. I see a chink in LSU's armor. I see a chink in UConn's armor. But you might see chinks and get to the end of the season and Gamecocks beating everybody.
Yeah.
So you know.
Just reference to Big Girl, like she said, flau'jae said that Kim Mulkey was yelling at her. Kim Mulkey don't care who you are. She gonna yell at all of you.
No,
she don't care who you are. She gonna tell you I love you. I love you. but you stink right now. You stink like 2 fat rats. She gonna tell you. Just tell you. It won't matter.
You getting on my nerves. You know good. You know good. So I ain't counting.
But she answered the call, so that happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she answered the call. She got yelled
at
like 2 fat rats, but then she came back in that second half and she elevated. And that's what you want. You know, you want your players to respond, and you want them to respond in a positive manner, right?
But I do have one question before we leave, and it's I'm happy about Michigan getting up in here with Silas Swords.
I'm glad they got
but
in there.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
All the crooks around here scoring 30 points in 19 minutes and stuff and doing all kind of stuff. Okay, and they ranked number 10, right? They the 10th ranked team. We went through the top 10. Is they gonna get any further in the tournament with all these numbers out of crooks throwing out here? Is it really gonna matter when it come down to the end of it? You ain't got to answer now. I just got a question. Is it? I know sometimes you gotta think about it. I'm just asking you already know
my answer. It's too easy.
I love all the crooks. Don't get me wrong. 30 points in 19 minutes is okay. But when it come down to it, because
and remember, by herself with no other help, can one player?
Is this really gonna matter down the stretch? Somebody answer that for me.
Yeah, go ahead, chat. I mean, you know, I know.
Play says she doing it against 5 for 11 cupcake centers. Tula Play say she talk about all the cupcake eaters, not just LSU. All of them.
All of them. All of them.
I'm just wondering, like, and I love Audie.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Bro Claw was having this, you know, me and him always arguing about something.
All them debates. Yeah, have a debate every day.
He don't too much like Madison Booker, and I said, and Audie is this, and Audie is that, and I blah blah blah, and woo woo woo, and I said, but Madison Booker been in the 5, bro.
Yeah, they got players besides Crook. We know that. We know they have players besides that, but we're talking about when it comes down to wire. When it comes down to playing some of the best of the best. Will
they the number 10
that
team?
Be enough? Will that be enough?
But are they a true number 10 team? Is my question.
Yeah, that was the question.
That was like, I don't know, y'all. We'll see. Because the people that are behind them, I'll just let y'all know. Iowa's behind them. North Carolina Tar Heels is behind them. The Baylor Bears, Vanderbilt Commodores, Kentucky Wildcats, your Trojans, Tula Plays, the Ole Miss Rebels, the Tennessee Lady Vols.
And all of them coming strong. All of
Notre Dame is behind them. Washington Huskies.
It's a close running. That number 10 slot gonna change. That number 10 slot will change. And then guess what?
Well,
it's
gonna
change.
What? You had a good question, Brian Lou. He said, why can you give Blake's credit and not give Crooks credit?
We're not saying we're not giving her credit.
I'm giving her credit, but hold on, let me ask you something.
Not like that, right?
Let's hold on 1 second. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hold on. I'm just gonna keep it. And that's why I asked the question. I was just asking the question, but we're gonna just go look. We're just gonna go look at who Audie played. Look, no shade. There's no shade. Because I love cupcakes. Keep trying to tell y'all. So Audie played NIU, Marquette. I don't know who Merck is. Who is that? Drake, Norfolk, Valpo, Shoe, Southern, who is a HBCU, and I think
who
that's
made it last year and will probably make it again this year.
And Saint MN, I don't know who that is. Yeah, but anyway, that's who Audie played. Any of them teams ring a bell to y'all? The only one I know is Southern.
That's it.
The rest of these people, I don't even know who these people are.
I mean, I've seen the teams, but not to the capacity this season or last season to be able to say where they're ranked, right? Do I know those teams? Yes, I know those teams, but
Jacob said he knows Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, I'm going to pull this down. Let's go see what Blake's had to deal with. Let's see if she over there binging off of cupcakes too. You know, I like cupcakes. I keep trying to do that.
Cupcakes are good, especially the vanilla.
Okay. So she played Virginia, BYU, Oregon State. I don't know who this is. Is that Tennessee State?
Yeah, Tennessee State.
Maybe that's Arizona State. West Kentucky, Furman, Cal. So maybe the jury is still out.
Yeah. So we shall see. I'm a conference type person, right? I want to see the conference. We've seen what they've done thus far, right? But things change in conference. And I'm going to give all the top players the credit where credit is due, because without them, the teams wouldn't be where they are, right? But at the same time, what we're saying is, will this player?
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Audie Crooks, to be honest with you. I think Audie Crooks is phenomenal. I was asking, do you think this team is for real at the number 10 spot?
We're talking about the team. We're saying this team. Will they be able to hold that spot? Especially with what's directly behind them is the question.
Right.
Because all those teams that are exactly right behind them, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all of those five right there, that's interchangeable.
Yeah.
We're saying, can they hold that spot?
I guess my question was, can she propel them by herself, I guess?
Those were your exact words.
I just don't know about that. You know, because yes, they 10-0, but I showed you who they was playing, and right after them is Iowa, because they looking good. North Carolina,
all of them are
Baylor
all
Bears,
contenders.
the Commodores,
11 through 15, and you can almost say 16 and 17 because Ole Miss ain't no punks right now. They're holding their own. That weight that they're playing with is.
The Lady Vols, if they ever get it together.
They had such promise, man. They had such promise, and they're I don't want to say they're failing themselves, but they're failing themselves.
They are. So I don't know, Chad.
Notre Dame is doomed. So
I mean, y'all just seen number 22 Louisville Cardinals take South Carolina to the wire.
Which really absolutely should have been a win for them. If South Carolina was going to play like they were playing, then Louisville should have won. So
I don't know. I don't know. I think, you know, but no, I wasn't saying anything. I think Audie is the truth. Well, you know, I think to be honest with you, let me put it to you like this, Tony, then we're gonna get up out of here. I think Audie is gonna pretty much dominate her matchup.
Yeah.
The problem is that enough to sustain
key point
the Iowa State Cyclones?
Yeah, as a whole.
So, hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through to our ranking show. We're going to get up out of here. I need to get back to work.
Me too.
Before they be looking for a player. This was my lunch break. Players.
That's what we did for lunch for y'all, man. We
That's
can
what we
bring
did
y'all
for
this all
lunch.
the time, though. We can bring y'all this for sure. Now,
I don't
understand?
mind doing a little lunch date with y'all every day and just
Yeah,
sitting here
now,
eating and
yeah,
talking
now.
basketball. We like it. We like it a lot. But y'all, I hope that clears up all the cupcake talk. Probably not. I hope that clears up all the rankings talk. Probably not. I hope y'all probably not. I hope that stopped y'all from cussing each other out on Twitter and Threads and Instagram. Probably not. But
Here, this is where we are.
we will. That's what I had said earlier. I was like, if we didn't have any legacy with UConn winning last year, wouldn't Texas be number one?
That's what we.
I know a lot of people don't like the Longhorns, but the Longhorns have put together a pretty impressive resume
team.
early.
Let me know if you want to go catch one of those games too. Let me know if you want to go catch one of those games, Keisha.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah,
I got you. I get some tickets.
Granted, it's early, Tony.
Yeah, it's early.
It's early, but they have been impressive early. Tula Play say, so Keisha, you agree with the AP top 10, but prefer net? Well, to be honest with you, I prefer the AP top 10. You know why? Because those are people that are giving it the eye test and looking at the numbers.
Yeah, they're basing it on both. They're not just saying or favoring. You don't want to. You don't want to. The other one kind of gives more of a favoring.
Yeah, it's a favorite. The net is more of a favorite for the team that handles their business the right way because it's looking at an algorithm.
Yeah,
and as long as you fit into that algorithm, ploop, that comes your ranking. And
the net will change. The net will change.
But it doesn't take into account situations in the game. It doesn't know that, okay, they might have stormed back in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? It don't look at all that. It just looks at the numbers and what was at the end. So me personally, I pretty much like the ranking with people's eyes on it and also using analytics. Y'all know I've been saying this for almost a year now. I'm an eye test girl. I've always been an eye test girl.
Yeah.
But I use the stats to back up what my eyes are telling me. If that makes sense.
Because stats don't lie.
Yeah. Because I can see people that don't score, and I still think they probably sometimes I pick them playing better than the person that scored like 30. Because it could be empty calories.
Yeah.
People score 25 points all the time and didn't impact the team to me. So I'm more of an eye test person. So I tend to go with the polling, but I like having both because people have agendas, and even sometimes the eye test people start talking crazy shit. Just because they like one team over the other. So
you see what you see what that type of scouting does, right? Look at it in the WNBA.
Yeah, and the net is really Tony. The net is really trying to separate teams into quadrants.
Yeah,
so they can know quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So they don't have all the number one teams in the same quadrant, and then everybody get knocked out. You know what I mean? So,
and that's why it happens the way it happens when it comes down to the Sweet 16.
You don't want all the number ones in one quadrant. You want to have them, number
spread
one over
out.
here, number one over here, number one over here, and meet in the middle. So that's why they're doing it. So, hey, he said, okay, that's y'all favorite. AP is definitely a favorite. That's what I'm saying, Tika Miller. I like eye test, but I also acknowledge that, depending on media, it's still fallible because some people, with they bias, like Bro Claw with his glazing, I wouldn't give him no vote.
Girl, drinking that while I'm gonna spit it up.
Say like Bro Claw was a media member. He be over here talking about he got 7 teams, chat. And I go look at his ballot, and all 7 of them T's is 1 through 7 every time.
Yeah. And thank y'all for giving Jacob his props in there, because you know Jacob know that basketball. Hey, Keisha, Jacob know basketball. Keisha, he know that basketball.
Yeah, to the play, he catches straight. Y'all get Bro Claude to vote if you want to.
Pow, pow, pow.
He be like, how could I not give my baby mama number 1? What the hell you talking about, Bro Claude? They ask you who the number 1 team in the land is, and you talking about my baby mama called me and I had to put her number 1.
Hey, Keisha. Hey, chat. Watch this, Keisha. Watch it. Hey, chat. Everybody go spam Bro Claude right now.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for rolling with us. Hashtag don't give Bro Claude a vote.
Yeah.
About to get,
go spam him. Go spam him.
Yeah, we about to get up out of here. I'll let him look. You might get some hashtag don't give Bro Claude a vote. Here we go, chat. Jacob say, let me call him right quick. Thank y'all for rocking with us on the lunchtime. We'll see y'all later. Peace. And hair grease. We out, y'all.